Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade, as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead."
Night had fallen over Whiterun Hold, the vast tundra shrouded in the deepest of darkness, and in this dark, lone flames could be seen as Imperial soldiers hurried through the dense scrub. Urgent news for the Jarl of Whiterun, monster sightings and blood-drained corpses all across the most northern hold of Skyrim had been found. As the battered and wounded Imperials made their way to warn Whiterun of this most mysterious of events, in the night shadows stalked the very creatures they had come to warn the hold of. Vampires of the clan Volkihar rushed to engage the Imperials and stop the message of their feastings ever making it to Dragon's Reach. As the vampires neared their prey, arrows shot at them from ahead, and battle was joined in Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. Our scenario today is going to be a Sovngarde Calls. This is Battle Mode Scenario 6 from the core rules. We have a round limit of 6 with the environment being any, and we're going to play in the nice open spaces in this. Now, set up, we have all adversaries beginning the game in play and players deploying along two deployment edges opposite each other. For special rules, we have adversaries, treasure, and the reinforced 2 special rule. This means we can have some models returned that are followers. And victory condition wise, the enemy champion removed as a casualty is 3 VP, while every other enemy model removed is an additional VP as well. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with Clan Volkihar. The faction special rule I have for these guys allow me to potentially increase the power of my blood magic spells by spending a point of stamina. I also have the ability to take hirelings as Volkihar thralls, giving them the vampire keyword and essentially just turning them into vampires, which is pretty sweet. My quest, I've drawn Find the Assassin. At the start of the game, my opponent will nominate one of their models to be the assassin, and I essentially have to try and spot them and take them out. For oaths, I've gone with Annihilation. At the end of the game, my party will remove more enemy models than the enemy removed from my party. Die Out of Destruction means my party will remove or incapacitate an enemy player model using a destruction spell. And Lead by Example, my party champion will remove or incapacitate an enemy player model. My first hero is Lord Harkin. He's wearing vampire royal armor, he has Harkin's sword, the vampiric grip spell, and drain life spell as well. Next we have Orthiolf. He has vampire armor, an orcish mace, the lightning bolt spell, and a potion of minor healing as well. My followers then, I have 3 vampire outcasts, the Dunmer, Altmer, and Imperial models for them. Seamus is playing with the Imperial Legion today, and the faction special rule for the Imperial Legion means when the party champion performs a block, friendly followers with shields more within 3 inch can be assigned block tokens as well. His quest, Message for Whiterun, means he has to nominate one of his models to be carrying a message, and that model essentially has to navigate its way off the opposite end of the table to which it starts on. For oaths, Seamus has also gone with Annihilation, where he'll try to remove more enemy models than he has removed from his own party, and Stalwart Force means no member of his party will ever fail a morale check. His first hero is Hadvar, the hero of Helgen, with an Imperial sword, elven shield, and dwarven armor. He's also got an Amulet of Arche, 3 potions of minor healing, and an aversion to fire poison. Joining Hadvar is the Imperial Mage with Steel War Axe, Imperial Shield, Mage Robes, the Lightning Bolt and Flames spells, along with 3 potions of Minor Magicka and a potion of Minor Healing in his inventory. Follower-wise, he then has 2 Imperial Soldiers that are archers, an Imperial Soldier with heavy armor, and 2 Imperial Soldiers with sword and shield. And so we are all deployed on the table. I've got the vampires on this side with Harkon and Orthiolf on the backboard. We then have my first of my vampire fledglings. This one here is the Dunmer, and then we've got the Altmer over here and the Imperial as well for my vampiric thralls. Meanwhile, Seamus has decided to deploy the entire Imperial faction over on that side. Everyone's all over there. In the middle of the table, you can see the objectives. We've got adversaries on the table. There's our master, the Bleak Falls Barrack Guardian. We've then got some Spriggans, Draugr, and Skeletons all over the table. Only pre-game stuff to mention as well. The Imperial soldier right there in the middle, that is going to be your courier. Other than that, let's get on to the first activation, which is for Seamus and the Imperial Legion. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. Alright, so first activation, your Imperial Soldier, the Archer, moves up. It's going to take a shot at the Spriggan, so 3, -3, that will do. And so Spriggan has red 2 and takes it out. It'll be an immediate septon for the Imperials. Also, if it moves up, we are going to use Lightning Bolt as our first attack into the Draugr right in front of me. And so, let's see what we can get. That'll be a hit. And so the helmet allows me to add a red, so that will be 5 points of damage with a hit. There is nothing the Draugr can do about that. It can stop a maximum of 2, so it goes down. Cool. Next up, you make a stamina boosted move with a model that is your courier. Right, Harkin's then going to make a move forward, and we're going to target the Skeleton Archer here with Vampiric Grip. So I am going to spend a point of stamina, which is my faction ability for Clan Volkihar. And it allows me to add a green to my test when I do so, so will be a 0, so it succeeds. A strength attribute test for the skeleton, and it fails, so it now just moves 3 inches towards me. So the skeleton does end inside my 6-inch bubble, not within 3, so unfortunately it doesn't take the damage from a Vampiric Grip, but we're going to see how it activates now. There's a helmet, and the helmet is actually a flea, so it somehow ends up 3 inches further that way than what it did, but alright. Whatever. Next, Hadvar moves up after his troops, not leading it like my 2 vampire characters. Move up my Ultima Vampire Thrall. We're going to see what the skeleton does here. That is nothing. So, that is a move action now. It's already within short range of its bow, which is its primary damage. So it won't move, it'll just take a attack action. So, needing a 3 or less to hit. That is a 6, -3, that'll hit for 2. And so, I need to stop 2 points of damage. I'm normally 1 yellow on defense, but I do get an extra yellow due to being behind the cover. And stop both points. Next, your Imperial Mage comes up on the flank of the table. My Imperial Vampire Fledgling then jumps over the fence, taking an inch off her movement to do so, but doesn't activate the skeleton because it already has activated this round. Then, once again, just moving up another one of your Imperial Legion soldiery. Right, my vampire over here is then going to spend a point of stamina, first of all, to move 9 inch, then make their ranged attack, their Drain Life spell, which is a 6-inch range. I can spend that last point of stamina I have to give me a green dice on the test. And so, that's a crit. So the crit gets added in. Draugr gets yellow in defense. Stops 1, but takes 1. I heal a point of health. I've got none to heal, but I do take the Draugr out. Alright, so next you're going to have your Archer move up, who's actually going to take a pot shot here at the Skeleton Archer, so will critically fail. No, misses entirely. Then you just make a move with your last Imperial Legionary, and that will be the end of the round. And so now we've got a couple of adversaries to activate. 5, 6, 7s are rerolls, because those adversaries are dead. Reroll that for me. Reroll that. There's still a 7. 3. So this Skeleton Archer here is going to activate, seeing what it does. And luckily for us, the other Skeleton Archer is the other one to activate, which is already activated actually. So this Draugr is going to be the last one to activate, so just rolling to see what he does. So the Draugr did roll an attack. It won't get in range of my fighter, but it will make its fire move as it can. So going into the event phase, we've got the Silver Linings, where we need to be in the possession of the quest item, the Silver Mold, at the end of the game to gain 2 VP. This is an extra quest that Seamus can now complete. That will be one of these random treasure chests will contain that item. And so Spriggan and a Draugr do spawn from the end of that, so we'll go into turn 2. Alright, so I'm going to move my Imperial Vampire up there. We're going to do an aim strike into the skeleton. 9 minus 3, 6. Don't think it's going to hit. So the skeleton will attack back. It rolls a black dice first of all to see what it does. So that is a move. So that's a move. The skeleton's going to try and move to get a arrow shot out, but as it tries to disengage, I do get an attack of opportunity. So I hit it this time. For a single point of damage. And so yellow on the defense for the skeleton, it stops nothing. I kill it as it tries to get away. And also just check that Draugr here is actually going to activate as well. So that is going to make a hit. So in comes the Draugr. Oh, that hits for 3. Oh dear. And so we do stop 1, take 2. Alright, next up, your Imperial Soldier moves up. It's taking a shot at the Draugr that's just come on the table. Will fail. Next up, I'm going to have my ultimate jump and try to go help his friend. So that is a critical fail. Hadvar then makes a move around the corner. So Harkin's then going to go Vampiric Grip on the Draugr here. 5. Yeah, that will easy. Forgot how good Harkin's stats are. So it moves 3 inches towards me. Because it now ends within 3 inches, so now it ends within 3, it takes yellow damage, a dice worth of damage, but it can't armor save this in any way. It takes 1, taken out. Right, your Imperial Mage moves up. It's going to go Lightning Bolt on the Draugr. Crits. Will heal a point of either magic or a stamina, so it can heal a point, which means your magic just goes back to 0 now. The Draugr can save that, so does Helmet do anything? And adds a red, importantly, meaning that 3 now, the Draugr can't save it, and so it goes down. So next we will go Drain Life on the skeleton of all its life that it has. 6 to 4. Ooh. So it needs to save both damage. Nope, saves 1. And will go down. And so your archer moves up, is now within short distance, going to aim for a point of stamina. 6. 3. Yeah. So 3 points of damage. Helmet do anything for you?
Helmet adds a yellow.
Ooh. 4. So it's not an extra dice. It is piercing 1. So I now need to stop 3 points of damage essentially because you pierced my first armor point. I stopped 3. I survive. Make a move with Orthiolf and to do a search. Ooh, we need to try and break or lockpick this one. So I do need a 1 or less because the difficulty breaking it is a 3. And strength 4. Got a crit, I break it. And the treasure I've got is, first of all, the Orcish Warhammer. And then the silver mold as well. Alrighty, and so just the rest of your movement is a couple more of your Imperials moving up, trying to defend that little sort of chapel over the side. That is the end. Ooh, that needs to come off. So, go on to adversaries. And so into adversaries, we activated the Draugr Overlord. So let's see what he does. That is a attack. And so green, yellow, yellow into my vampire. 6 minus 1, 5. And so my vampire needs to stop 2 points of damage, 1 in a helmet. And so the Dragon Overlord takes the kill off your Imperials. And so this Spriggan here is the one to activate. It's actually in range of Orthiolf, so we'll make a shooting attack. So can the Spriggan hit? No, not level 5. And so my event is Emanating Evil. Until the end of the next round, all adversaries in play gain +1 strength, +1 endurance, but award 1 bonus VP removed from play, even if they'd ordinarily not award any. And so I bring on a skeleton and Draugr on this side, and then we go into upgrading as well. I have 5 septums, so I'm going to upgrade Lord Harkin, level him up. So Hadvar's making an attack after moving in contact with both. So the Draugr We'll hit for 3.
And it is
With piercing 1 means there's nothing the Drago can do about that. But the skeleton will get to punch back. So the skeleton, cross swords. So the skeleton's going to try power strike then in combat. Will hit. Doesn't need the green because it already hits. 2 points of damage. And so Hadvar's defense. And so you save the damage. Harkin is then going to go in and we are going to make an attack on the Drago Overlord. That hits for 4. And so must stop something on the Drago Overlord. It stops 2, so it takes 2 wounds. Right, the Drago is going to attack Harkin back. That is a critical fail. The skeleton here actually activates as well. So the skeleton doesn't actually have to move. It's in range with its attack. It's going to take a shot at the closest available target, which is the vampire over here, the Dunmer. So let's see. 4 minus 1, 3 just hits. That's not good. Can I save anything? I save 1. So I'll take 2. Your archer then moves out. It's going to take a pot shot at my Ultima Outcast Vampire. And so taking an aim shot is 8 minus 6. We'll hit for 2. So 2 yellow for defense. Stop 2. Piercing 1. Correct?
Yes.
So I take 2. Now, Vampire's going to move here and going to go Drain Life on the skeleton. We'll hit for 2. Skeleton makes a save. Nothing. So we'll go down and I'll gain a health. Moved up your Imperial Mage. Going to try and target my Vampire here. And we'll hit for 3. Do we need to stop everything with the Vampire? No. That was going to go. Volkihar will then make a move and we're going to search another treasure. This one's on 2. So a 2 or less breaks it. Can we break the treasure chest open? No. And so your Imperial Soldier's coming in, making an attack. Yep, nothing the skeleton can do about that. Your Imperial Archer then makes a move and it's going to take a shot at Volkihar. Aiming it, and that is a critical fail. So move over there with your Imperial Legionary and makes a search. It is a free one, so you do need to roll still. It's a critical fail, which it is, means it's trapped. And so your trap is a Dwemer Bolt trap. Red-yellow damage immediately applied. So 2 points of damage, and you are staggered. And so yellow for armor takes 1 damage from the Dwemer Bolt trap. So treasure-wise, you gain a Circlet of Archery. And then you just make a final move there. So we go to the event phase for round 3. Desperate Measures. Choose one of your models. That model adds green to all of its attack rolls next round. However, you must discard 1 of its armor dice whenever it's attacked. I'm going to choose to give it to this archer right here. So he adds green to all of his attack rolls. However, he has to discard a dice or when making armor. Right, so the adversaries are activating this round. First of all, this Spriggan here. Cross sword. So Spriggan attacking Volkihar. 5 will hit, but does no damage. Then rolling to see what the other Spriggan will do. So the other Spriggan there is coming towards Volkihar, but not quite.
Today's video is sponsored by Easy Roller Dice. Fantastic quality, easily legible dice that make your games quick and easy. Easy Roller Dice also sell other accessories for your dice like dice trays, cases, bags and cups as well. Use the code SINFULGAMING to get 20% off your next order and help support this store and the channel.
My activation then, we're going to start with Lord Harkin. Harkin's then going to make a power strike into the Drago Overlord. Will hit for 4 points of damage. And so, let's see what the Drago Overlord can get. Takes 1, that is enough to take him down. And then I'm going to use the special action for reinforcements, bringing back 1 of my slain minions. So your archer moves across. He's going to take a shot at Lord Harkin. So let's see. Crits. Add a black dice to it.
Oh, yeah.
Harkin then will make save 2. Alright. Going to move up with my vampire. Going to shoot my drain life into your archer. 4, won't. Alright, your Imperial Mage is going to try and cast Flames. Crit, so a black dice. Will be 6 points of damage. Ugh. Could potentially stop 4. I stop nothing and get incinerated. Volkihar will make an attack into the Spriggan he's in combat with. Oh no, that's not going to do it. The Spriggan's then going to make a power attack back at Volkihar. Will hit for 2. So I stop 1, and after that attack, Volkihar will make a move. The archer then, targeting Harkin, will hit for 2 with piercing 1, and Harkin's defense stops it. Moving up, our latest vampire thrall will make Harkin with a bonus going into your archer here. That'll hit for 2.
1 yellow.
And so 1 yellow in defense, takes 1. Gets another yellow for its defense, and gets 1, so stops all the damage. And your last 2 activations are actually just these 2 fighters here, throwing up blocks. So it is my event after this. And so 2 Spriggans will activate. Roll for this one if you would be so kind. And so Spriggan will move, can make a shooting attack into Harkin, which was the one it was seeing at noon. And then the other Spriggan on the other side make a move as well. Alright, I can then use something called Secret Paths. I can choose a friendly model that isn't staggered or incapacitated. That model may immediately move up to 6 inch, ignoring terrain and other models. Cannot in contact with an enemy or impassable terrain. And then upgrades as well. Hadfire is going to level up this round. And no Skeleton Archer comes on the table as well. So this will be round 5. Imperial start. So yeah, she's going to move and going to take a shot at Harkin with an aim.
Will hit.
Yeah. And so Harkin's defense, don't care. Alright, Harkin has transformed and is attacking the Imperial Mage now. 6, that hits on 5 for 6. So because I have bleed, that just means you're immediately removed from there. And Harkin does absorb health 3 on that, so he's back to full health. So your Imperial Soldier's going to try and do something. I mean, he hits for 3. Black for defense. I stop 2. So Volkihar is going to attack your Imperial Soldier. Oh, critical fails. The Spriggan will then activate. So roll to see what the Spriggan here does, please. We're slowly dragging the Spriggans towards you. As we all know, Skyrim kills best. So go for it. Just to attack Volkihar. Hits for 3. Volkihar defense saves 1, takes 2. Volkihar will need to make an endurance test and critically fails. He is dead. So Hadvar is going to attack my Vampiric Thrall. That is cocked somehow, that dice. There you go, 3. Either way, he would have passed. Stop 1, that gets pierced, 3 points of damage, that'll take it down. So you made a couple of last moves for the round. You do have a shot with your archer here. Up into the skeleton, will hit for a point of damage.
And a piercing.
So skeleton stops 2, that'll save it. Alright, the last event, so Blood-Curdling Howl. Choose one of your standing models. That model must pass the Wisdom attribute test or gain a Shaken token. So Wisdom test on this dude, I don't think it's going to be very easy to pass.
4.
4? No. He is shaken. And so all the rest of the adversaries on the table activate. So we'll start with Spriggan over here. That is a move. And so that Spriggan just stayed on the objective. Meanwhile, this skeleton here is making a shot. Will miss. Oh no, will hit.
Hits
For 1. Gives you pretty much all the dice you don't need. And you save it. Yep, so you've placed the adversary. So last round of the game next. So I'm going to start with an attack on the Imperial Soldier here. And so my Vampire is going to attack the Imperial Soldier he's in combat with. Hits. 2 and Oblivion symbol. 1 yellow.
And that is another. Is it? It's not heavy.
Another yellow. No. That takes him out. So we're going to make a blood magic test to absorb health into the archer here. That hits for 2. And save 1.
And that is him gone.
Him gone as well. Cool. That archer apparently was the assassin. I didn't even test, but he's dead regardless. The Spriggan actually activated and goes towards the objective, so now we'll make an attack into Hadvar. And Spriggan, 4. No, fails, so we've then got the 2 skeletons have activated over here. Alright, so we'll just follow up with the rest of the activations for the round. You're going to move your dude off the board. It doesn't activate anyone. The archer's then going to take a shot at the Droga here. For 1 point, the Droga will ignore it. And so the Droga will come in. Droga will then make a power strike into the archer. Crit you. That is 5. And so you save. Takes 4. It's gone. And because of that, the other Droga goes into your warrior. Crits as well. For 6. And so I don't think you're living. Take 4. He goes down as well. Skyrim being absolutely brutal in the last round. So Hadvar, last activation for the game, making his attack, critically fails. Wow. That is how the game ends. We're going to count up the rest of the points. And so, end of the game, it will be a victory to the Volkihar Vampires, mainly due to the Vampiric Lord at the end there, doing the big killing. We both did fail a few oaths, but victory to Clan Volkihar.